Hey everybody, I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society. Today we are going to start our top 100 countdown. Before we get started, please like the video for us, subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content, and of course hit that bell icon if you want notification of any future content.
Or if you click on the link below, you can follow us on all of our social media.
All right. Okay, that's all done. Out of the way. Now.
So we put together lists. Well, okay, I put together lists on Pud Meeple.
You did?
I put in both of our top 100s and any games we played in the last year, actually top 200s.
Top 200s, because things move around.
And new games that we played this year, and threw them in the mix, and it was like 400 some odd games.
I felt like it was a lot more than that. It was like 5 something. I bet you it was 5 something. I'll check before the next video, let you know.
Or you can just place it right there.
I could just place it right here. How many games we started with?
There you go.
It was in the 5s.
You guys know, we don't.
Nope.
Anyway, so did you make any adjustments to your list?
I did a couple of adjustments, only because when I started looking at them, I thought, how did this end up that high? We haven't played it in forever. And don't get me wrong, there are a couple games in here that we haven't played, but they hold fond memories, or there's a reason they're there. And then there were others that showed up that were like, how did they get there? So I did do a couple of minor adjustments.
Mm-hmm. I think I made one adjustment, and it's on this list.
Yeah, I think most of mine are on this list.
Because the one that was on there was like, how did that get on the list?
When something else didn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I agree. I did the same thing.
But for the sake of me, I can't remember which one it was now.
Must not have been too important. All right. Well, shall we get started?
Sure.
All right. My number 100 is one I don't remember if we played earlier this year or not. We've played it in the last couple of years.
Well, I hope so. It's on your list.
What I meant is we've played it in the last couple of years with the Playing Through Our Collection series. This has always been one of my favorites. It actually fell pretty substantially, though, and I'm not sure, well, I can tell you why. Last year was number 11. This is by far the biggest drop.
Apparently you hate the game now.
I do not hate the game, or it wouldn't be on my list.
Dropped from 11 to 100. She hates it, people. Let's see what it is.
I do not hate it. I think it has fallen because I have gotten frustrated with the last several plays because I can't get anything to work. And that is Mystic Vale. Mystic Vale is a very interesting card crafting game where you are, throughout the game, you are spending icons that are on the cards in order to purchase inserts for your cards. And those inserts make the cards better. And I love that card crafting. I like being able to build it. The last several games, at best, I'm getting, I literally want to say the last game I got, like, the biggest spending value I had any one turn was 6. You can't get anywhere with just 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up wasting a lot of turns because I couldn't spend anything. I'd end up having to bust just to get something to spend. So I do like the game. I love what it does. That's why it's on my list. But I will admit the last couple games have been a little frustrating. Just, it will turn around. I know it will. Mm-hmm. But I do enjoy that one. Anyway, Mystic Vale, number 100.
My number 100 is on the list. I think it snuck in. One, because we have not played this game in a long time. Well, not a long time, at least a year or so.
Okay.
But it's the first of a long route building list in my group. But well, this is BGG's number 1. This is my 100. This is Brass Birmingham.
Okay.
And I think one of the things is because we haven't played it in a while, though, but because I do like it's not really a route building. It is kind of a route building, but
building. It is an interesting one.
Yeah,
because
you're starting out with canal boats.
Yeah.
On the canal, and those are the routes where you're delivering through.
Right.
And then halfway through the game, it changes to a new era, and now it's trains, and now you got to build
You gotta
train
start
routes.
all over again, basically.
Yeah, basically start over, because somebody could be just cornering the market with the canal boats and everything, and now all of a sudden the trains are out, and now it's turning back around.
Yeah.
But you're building your buildings to get out, to get resources out there, to be able to deliver resources by the trains or the canal boats. But I know I've had a lot of fun playing this game. We had an early edition of this called
Iron Age?
No. City of Iron.
Age of Iron.
Age of Iron.
Age of Iron.
Age of Iron. That's a lot like this by
is
the
a
by
lot.
Martin Wallace. It's so
Yeah.
much like this. Brest, Birmingham, and Lancaster on both sides of the map.
Yeah. I was really surprised. I did not realize
There was a big comparison in it.
Age of Iron was so much like it. You can definitely see that footprint in Brass. We haven't played Lancaster.
No. And, well, like I said, we haven't played
Yeah.
Brass in a couple of years now.
Oh, that's true.
So, but somehow it still made it to my top 100. It snuck in there. That's Brass, Birmingham, my number 100.
My number 99 is a deduction game. Now, I don't care for social deduction as a whole. I'm absolutely not good at social deduction games. I cannot read people that way. Nor can
She
I.
married me.
Nor can right. Nor can I lie that way in a game or bluff, whatever you want to call it. I'm no good at social deduction. But straight up logic deduction, I absolutely love, and I am good at it. This is Search for Planet X. Now, with Search for Planet X, you are essentially trying to find, obviously, the hidden location of the mysterious Planet X. The board is divided up into, I want to say it's 12 to 16. Yes, 12 to 16 grid spaces, depending on your complexity of play. This is one of the few games I've played solo too. I don't remember if I think I won it solo. I don't remember now. I'd have to look it up. But the basic idea is that the app is giving you clues and you are asking the app things in order to deduce what is in a specific location so that you can eventually narrow down exactly where Planet X is. And there are some tried and true logics to the game, like, and again, I can't remember some of these, but like whenever you have an asteroid or a comet, you're going to have two, or I don't remember if they're coupled or if they're only by themselves. I don't remember which one the comet fell into, but you know, a gas cloud can't be next to a planet or little things like that. It will give you specific ideas so that you know, okay, if there is a gas cloud in Sector 12, then I know Sector 1 and Sector 11 cannot have a planet. Something like that. So that you can start to narrow down what's there. And I love that thought process. I love the logic of being able to narrow down my options. So, but anyway, that is Search for Planet X, my number 99.
Yeah.
This is not your game.
Not my game.
This is probably
This
somewhere in
game,
the 500s
every time I
for
played
you.
it, someplace along the game, I marked something down wrong, and I don't have the patience to go back through the history on the app to figure out where I went wrong.
Yeah.
Because knowing me, it was probably the second thing I wrote down, and now everything I've done up to then doesn't mean anything. Anyway, not my game.
Nope.
I like to play it, but it comes out the same way. Me mad.
This is a game I will forever have to play on my own, or I will have to find other people that enjoy deduction games. Because I don't think I'll ever get to play it with him again. So.
Okay. My number 99 was 81 last year.
Oh, I didn't even look at what mine was. Oh, okay, it was 66 last year.
It was 81 last year. This is my one. There might be another one on here. Actually, I think there is though. But polyomino game that I like to play.
Okay.
We call it a dual layer polyomino game. This is the Green Carnival.
Yeah.
And especially since we got the new expansion this year, we've played it with the new expansion. It adds a lot more to this game because now it's a traveling carnival. Yeah. So you're going to different places where it's going to give you different things that you're going to be trying to do in your carnival.
Yeah, it gives you like goals or something for the location, doesn't it?
And bigger attractions.
Yep.
6
space attractions.
now that you're going to try and fit on your board. The scoring has changed up. You have peanuts, you have golden tickets, and just a bunch of different stuff.
There's more variety in the scoring, yeah.
But this has fallen a little bit. This is my number 99. It was 81 last year, but that is the Green Carnival.
Almost guarantee this is further up, but without hunting through my list, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it is. So, 'cause I like polyomino, so it would make sense. All right, my number 98 is a card game that we haven't played in a little while. It's probably why it's down this low. Last year it was, actually it's up from last year, probably because I'm looking forward to playing it. Because it begins with an S. We're getting ready to start at the time of recording, we're getting ready to start the S's in our playing through our collection. But anyway, last year it was 125, this year is 98. This is Seasons.
Oh, yep.
Seasons is a dice chucking, resource management, tableau building game. The neat trick with this one, you're using the dice to garner which resources you can get for the round. The resources are just little discs, and we have the upgrades to this, which the Geek Bit upgrades, which are just gorgeous, as most of theirs are, I imagine. But the tableau building is so interesting in this one, because at the beginning of the game, you get a hand of cards, and you have to decide, all right, well, I want to play this card in the first season. I want to play this card in the third season. And you're building out your seasons.
3 seasons, yep.
It is very interesting because now I can't access that card until the third season. I could possibly draw other cards out of the deck throughout the game, depends on what happens. But I can't access these cards I need until later. And even more so, I know it's coming, so I may have to build up to be able to get it out. And I like that. I like that tension. I like that.
You know it's coming, and you have that. Just you wait till I get that card out, because there are some mean cards out there that can do things to the players.
Yeah, I do. But I like this one. I'm looking forward to playing it when we hit the S's early in the S's too. So it's coming up soon.
Yep.
But yeah,
that's a good
Seasons.
one. I've liked it.
Yep.
My number 98 was 23 last year.
Ooh, that's a pretty.
And
good
I think
fall.
it's dropped because it's another one we haven't played in a while.
Okay.
But it was your number 1. This is Terraforming Mars.
Okay. It's coming up.
And I've just never really gotten into this game.
No, you haven't.
You've always loved this game. And I've kind of been like, I'll play it because it's like your favorite game.
Kind of like why I play other games. Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
Anyway, but I think the one thing is I can't figure out how to get an engine to work in the game. There are so freaking many cards. It's like, okay, I am going to start using these cards because there are a ton of them in the deck, and they never come out. Or, hey, I just need this card and this card, and they don't come out. Or you end up with it, or something. And you're over there doing like 5,000 things on one turn, and I'm like going, well, I can spend these 2 resources and get this little card out. There we go. I'm done.
Totally exaggerating.
No.
Yes, because your turns tend to take forever because you
Not in
do
this
get
game.
this going.
I just can't get an engine going in this game. If I get an engine going in this game, then you're in trouble.
Okay. Well,
And then maybe it'll go back up my list.
it's coming up.
It's coming up. We'll see.
We'll see.
But that is number 80 or 98, Terraforming Mars.
Okay. You want to take a guess where it is on my list this year? We've
could
played
be
a lot of
interesting.
really good
Yeah.
games this year. So
I'm trying to think what you said the other day. It's going to be in the top 2.
okay.
Now, whether it's number 1 still, because I know there's a couple games that you really, really liked now
Yeah.
that may have moved it.
Maybe.
So it could be number 2.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
Got to
Anyway.
wait for it.
All right, my number 97 is a very. The game has grown well beyond its initial box that we bought.
Terraforming Mars.
No. Yes, but no.
The initial, oh.
Okay, so this is Everdell.
Oh, okay.
We bought the initial collector's edition at Gen Con several years ago, and I fell in love with just the critters and all the different options on the critters and how the seasons played out, and you didn't have to finish your season and then wait for everybody else to finish their season. You just kept going and building your engine up. And hopefully in the future seasons, yours will end up being longer, but you get a little bit of a head start. I like the way the tableau builds out. Certain creatures activate certain buildings and vice versa. I don't know. It's a table hog. Oh my goodness, is it a table hog? Even at base game, it's a table hog. But I thought, as much as everybody hates the Evertree, the tree, whatever they call it, I kind of liked it. It made for a neat aesthetic. Then all the expansions started coming out, and I felt like it started diluting the experience.
Yeah.
We still have some of the expansions, and we'll keep them because I do like them. I'll never play with all of them at once. We did not end up going for the big box because we felt like we had enough of what we already enjoyed. I didn't need everything else. And I'm kind of glad we didn't because the size of that box was...
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yes. Anyway. But no, I do still very much enjoy this game. I enjoy teaching it to people. I think everybody I've ever taught it to has very much enjoyed it. But anyway, that is Everdell. My number, where are we on? 97? 97.
Yep. It's a good game. I like how it's all about the forest, but then the one expansion, you have to cut the tree down, and it's a big stump in the middle of the board with the new expansion above it.
Yep.
It's like...
Yeah, I know. That seems kind of counterproductive. I don't know, but...
It's like they killed Bambi or something.
It's not that severe. Jeez.
My number 97 is new to the list.
Ooh, already?
Brand new to the list. It's out. It's a new release.
Okay.
So it has that, what is that term?
Cult of the New?
Cult of the New. I can't remember things. I'm old.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of got a Cult of the New thing to it, though. But this Cult of the New, not a lot of people know about.
Okay.
This is Jakarta Traffic. Nope. You are basically a moped rider or delivery person in the streets of Jakarta trying to take orders to businesses. In the game, it's, what is it? It's a 4x4 grid? 5x5 grid that can actually, the tiles on your turn, one of your actions is you turn it to redirect traffic to go in the direction you need it to go to. You're picking up passengers, or you're picking up food orders, or you're picking up commerce of some sort and happen to deliver it someplace. The bad thing is, through the whole game, those places you need to deliver it to could change throughout the game. You may have some pocky sticks that need to go to the commerce building, and you're heading in that direction, but somebody delivers something that's lower down on the line because everything's tracked on a board. And that comes off and everything shifts down. Now your pocky sticks has to go to the mechanic. Why? Maybe the person had to come over and get his car fixed. I don't know. But your pocky sticks are going there. So it's just crazy how everything can move at once. You can have your road for your next jaunt to the next square is going to be open, ready to go, and somebody moves that tile.
Yep.
Because they needed it pointing another way, or flat out replaces that tile. It's just a really crazy game. This is, like I said, this is a new Kickstarter that delivered this year. Right now, it's kind of hard to find if you didn't back it, but that is Jakarta Traffic, my number 97.
97.
I have to keep looking back to see what number I'm on.
Okay. Okay, my number 96 is a trick-taking game that kind of turned trick-taking on its head a little bit, I think. We now have the Colossal version as well as the Deluxe version. And this is Cat in the Box. The neat thing with Cat in the Box is that, like I said, it's a trick-taking game, but there are no colors on the cards. There are no suits, at least not on the cards. So when you are dealt out the cards, there is 4 possible suits, red, yellow, blue, and green. They're standard colors, but there are 5 of each card, which means somebody's not going to be able to play a card
Of a number.
of a specific number, right? So when you're playing out the cards, there's a board in front of you that has 1 to 9, all different colors in there. And you have to declare what color your card is when you lay the card down. So if I'm looking at my hand and somebody led blue, I would play down my 5 as a blue 5. But maybe I wanted to trump that trick and take it because I need that spot, or I need a specific spot. I need a trick to make my minimum that I bid. So I would trump it red. Red is always trump in this game. So I would declare that not only am I making this card a red 5, I'm declaring that I'm out of blue.
And it's going in.
It's going in.
It'll come to her later.
What?
Red 5, I'm going in.
Oh, Lord.
Let's take your Star Wars card away from you.
You're so weird.
This is what I put up with, folks.
You? Anyway, so I would declare that I am making this 5 a red, declaring that I am out of blue. Now, the problem is later in the game, when the only 4 slot that's left available is a blue, and that's the only card I have left are 4s, I've just caused a paradox because I can't possibly have a blue 4. I told everybody I was out of blues. So it's just an interesting balance between when do you suddenly say, I have no more of that color because I'm going to trump something. I don't know. I love it. Anyway, that is Cat in the Box. My number 96.
Yep, 96.
Yes,
That's
96.
number 1.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I should have looked. My number 96 somehow missed the list last year.
Okay.
And I don't know how. Because the year before that, it was at 36.
not been saying where
no,
mine
38. I'm sorry, it was at 38 2 years ago.
Okay.
But it missed the list last year, and this is Eminent Domain. I'm not exactly sure how I missed, because this is like one of my favorite deck builders.
Okay.
This is all about basically trying to conquer worlds to get so for resources. You can conquer them by settling them with colonists, or you can go the military route and just take them over by brutal force. But it's best you have the most planets, because if you get a certain amount of planets of a certain type, you can go over to these special cards, and now you can have some special cards that are going to have more powers to it, and depending on how many of certain kind of planets you have is how more powerful the card can be. And some of them actually lay out, and you have that power for the rest of the game. It doesn't have to keep coming out and be played. But this one also has a follow mechanism. When somebody says, I am going to search this turn, they're going to draw a search card, put them down, and however many search cards they have is what they're going to search, and then everybody else can follow. They don't get to draw a card. They just get to put down however many search cards they had. And if I'm not mistaken, search is everybody who follows has to have one more card than the type they needed. So if they put down 2, they're only going to get 1 planet card to search. But it's a lot of fun. It was one of our early deck building games of this sort, and I think that's why it's kind of stuck with me.
Yeah,
but apparently last year it meant nothing to me. But it is back. It is back up. It is at least back up onto the thing at 96.
Okay.
And it should stay there.
Yeah.
So that's Eminent Domain. That's mine, number 96.
My number 95 has held pretty steady on the list. It was 99 last year. It is 96 this year, but this is Aquatica. Aquatica is an interesting, it's a deck builder because you are putting cards into your hand in order to, and actually it's not even really a deck builder because all the cards are in your hand. This is one of those games where you add cards to your hand to give you more versatility in what you can do before you have to spend a card to retrieve your discard pile. The interesting part on this game, though, is the way that you get your victory points and the way you get your extra powers, because the player board has 5 card slots on it. And those card slots basically allow the cards to slide up into them. And each of the cards have little bubbles on them that may or may not have special abilities in them. They give you extra buying power or extra war or whatever. But I love the way that they slide up and you have to work your way through each of these location cards that you've picked up before you can claim them for victory points at the end of the game. But yeah, it's just a really neat mechanism, and they just came out with the Coral Reef expansion
last year.
Yeah. And we got to play it there. Very, very interesting expansion. I think this is going to end up being, and I'm going to have to play it a few more times before I decide for sure, but I think that's going to end up being one of those essential expansions.
Oh, yeah.
I think it just adds that much
It adds to the hand board where you can buy more actions.
Okay.
The cards you can buy the actions on.
Yeah.
When you buy it, it gives you something else with it.
Right.
And you put it over there on your little slots, and it just adds a lot to the game.
It adds a lot to the
makes the
game.
game even better.
Yes,
Because this
agreed.
was kind of like teeter-tottering on and off of mine until we played it with the newest expansion. And
Yeah.
We'll see where it's at now.
It's good. It's really good. Okay, but anyway, that is my number 96. 95.
95.
My number 95,
We went back in
Aquatica.
time. My number 95 is a game that has made our oldest son real appreciate birds. He's noticing a lot of different bird species in the area. And he told us about this after he played this game,
Yep.
that he's noticing that there's more than just robins in his neighborhood. But this is a game called Wingspan. You might have heard of it. Heard of it?
It's kind of a big one.
You might have heard of it.
Hey.
You don't herd birds anyway. Anyway, but yes, this is Wingspan. This is all about collecting birds and putting them in their sanctuary so you can run that engine and get points. And it's all about getting the most points. Also making sure that you get first place in the end of the round rewards to get more points.
And their habitat's not safe.
Laying eggs. But the knock against this, I won't go into it. Where you lose your actions as you go along in the game. And that's the one thing I don't like about the whole game.
Okay.
But it is still a good game. This is number, what was we on, 95?
95.
See, you got me all flustered for some reason. This is number 95, Wingspan.
My number 94, which is actually, well, it's down from 45. Probably because we haven't got a chance to play it recently, or maybe because we haven't done that kind of vacation again lately.
Sounds like a road trip.
This is trekking the national parks. We picked this one up at Gen Con a while back, just
When it
kind of
first
on a
came out.
fluke.
The
Yeah, when
first edition
Yeah,
came
we
out.
got a first edition. A month and a half later, we went on a road trip out west, and we took this with us thinking, wouldn't it be kind of cool to take some pictures of us playing it in some of the national parks, because we planned on visiting a few. Well, we ended up visiting 11 national parks on that road trip.
To the point where we got the parks pass.
Yeah, that was the first time we'd ever bought a parks pass. We saw 11 national parks, several national monuments, lots and lots of interesting things. And we did end up setting up and playing the game in a couple of these places. And it was just really neat. So I think this game holds a lot of memories for me, and it holds a very special place in my heart because of that trip. And it has really turned us on to just what's out there in the national park world, in that realm. Some parks we'd never even heard of that we got to see on this trip.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Theodore Roosevelt National Park was one, but the other one I was thinking of was Black Canyon of the Gustafson, which again, never heard of. Beautiful, beautiful canyon type park. When we were there were people rappelling off the edge or mountain climbing. I think they were mountain climbing back
it was
up.
like really jagged looking too.
It was fantastic.
It was flat on the top, and it was like this big crater there with jaggedness.
It was really neat. But anyway, just parks like that we had never heard of that we got to go visit because of this game, but because of the game we had also invested in the park pass and have since found a lot of others. So the basics of the game, what you're doing is you are traveling all over the U.S. Hawaii and Canada included. You are flying or driving between the different parks and picking up stones. The stones represent a set collection aspect by the end of the game, but you are using cards kind of like in a Ticket to Ride style. The cards are dual purpose. You can either use them to move, or you can use the symbols on them to claim park cards. After so many park cards are claimed, it triggers the end of the game, and then it's just points from there. But I like being able, I don't know, like I said, I love the artwork in this. It is absolutely gorgeous. All of their games have been. But yeah, that is my number 94, Trekking to National Parks.
Okay. My number 94 was a big dropper. Even worse than that Terraforming Mars. Well, kind of.
I was going to say, really?
Number 94 was 18 last year.
Okay.
This is a two-player, not a two-player game. This is a cooperative game. We just played with, not too long ago, with Quapla Nerds. One of our favorite cooperative games that we just can't beat.
Oh.
This is Ghost Stories.
Okay. I was going to say, we've played a couple of cooperatives with them recently.
This is reskinned as Last Bastion. We've never played that copy. We've only played Ghost Stories, and our record is very, very...
It's pretty bad.
Lopsided towards the losing side, but it's so much fun to play.
Yeah.
This is all about you're in a 4x4 square.
3x3.
I get that wrong every time. 3x3 square, because there's a center square.
Yes.
It gets the X. Anyway.
Terrible.
Anyway, you are trying to keep the ghost from haunting the village tiles is what the squares are. The tiles in the middle. They are villages. You're trying to keep the ghostes? I can't talk now.
You are having
it's the
problems
ghostes.
tonight.
Anyway, you're trying to keep the ghost from haunting them and basically trying to get rid of them by battling them. You're asking for the villagers' help at times, but the whole point of the game is to get all the way through the ghost to Wu Fang and take out Wu Fang before they take out 3 of the villages.
Yeah. The ghosts are brutal.
It sounds so easy, right?
It is not.
This is one of those games that you are playing and you're like, oh, we got this handled. We're keeping it clear. And then 2 rounds later, it's like, wait, where'd all the empty spots go?
What just happened?
We're full of ghosts. Now we can't take any more ghosts or we're going to start having problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a good
this is
one.
a lot of fun. It can be frustrating though, but it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
That is Ghost Stories. What are we on, 94?
Yes.
94.
All right. My number 93 is new to the list. It, as in there's no ranking from last year, as in it came out this year. This is a Kickstarter we got in early in the year. I had forgotten this was a 2024 release until we started doing our top games of 2024. This is Age of Rome.
Oh.
Age of Rome it's actually one of 2 different games that came out this year that I know of, that the board is divided into 4 quadrants, and you are playing and interacting with only the quadrant right in front of you. You have nothing to do with the other 3 quadrants on that round. So you're interacting with this one quadrant, doing what you need to do, and then at the end of the round, the whole board shifts. And now you're interacting with the quadrant next to it. And it just keeps doing this. It is so interesting the way it works. It has got a beautiful set of acrylic building tiles that build one on top of each other.
Yeah, they're clear.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I love that aspect of working in just my area. Yes, I'm concerned with what he's doing over there.
But it's going to come to you.
But I can't do anything about it this turn. I've got to wait a couple rounds before I can do anything about it. I love that circular motion, that focus on the one quadrant area. But I know this one does it, and then, which I don't think was nearly as popular as the other one that I know of that does, and that's Fromage. That has that quadrant aspect to it, where you are only dealing with the one piece in front of you. But yeah, anyway, that is my number 93, Age of Rome.
My number 93 is new to the list, but not new to the list.
Okay.
It's new to the top 100. This was
Okay.
118 last year, because
Okay.
I think by that time we'd only played it the one time. We've now played it since another time, and we actually own the game now. This is, I gotta make sure I get it right. Yes, Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef. I was gonna say Beyblades. Beyblades entered my mind. That is what I think of about when I hear this game. I'm thinking Beyblades because our kids grew up with Beyblades. So Beyblades.
Tidal Blades.
So Tidal Blades, please bear with me. Tidal Blades is a game about it's kind of like it's a game in a water park.
Okay.
You don't get that? You don't get the whole water park kind of thing? Like, to me, it feels like I'm in a water park. It feels like a bunch
of islands, but yeah, I can
but
see that.
It looks like it's a water park actually on the board, though. But anyway, you've got like a jet ski and you're zooming around, doing different actions, doing different stuff. You are getting dice to be able to roll better at things. You're going up tracks on your player board to get better dice. Mm-hmm. But then some of these upgrade dice you're going to lose them when you go and have to fight the monsters. Because if you don't have to fight the monsters, you got to pay the penalty for it. Yeah, it's just really cool of how all this stuff that you've got going on, and it's a dice game that you can manipulate the dice. Yeah, probably one of the reasons why I like it.
There's also card play involved. It's a pretty neat game.
Yes, I forgot all about the card play. I was all about the dice.
Well, and the cards, they're there. Mm-hmm. They're not the overall focus of the game, though.
Right, it's the dice.
So, yes.
It's the dice.
It's the dice, okay.
But yeah, I love the little miniatures.
Oh, the miniatures are really cool.
The color of the game is just really cool. It's the bright light.
The artwork.
Yeah, the bright neon light. Well, not really neon.
No, it's that ocean blue, that pastel ocean colors.
But anyway, enough said. It's got a lot of blue. My favorite color is blue, so maybe that's why I like it. Anyway, enough said about not the game. My number
tonight.
93 is Tidal Blades, not Beyblades.
It's good. My number 92 is new to my list. New to the top 100, because last year it was 257.
Jeez.
So it jumped rather dramatically.
Somebody had a good game.
No, actually, I don't think I ever have. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look back at the records. This is his number one. And I don't even have to question what it is this year. It's going to be his number one, because it has probably risen to even higher than a number one after we got the collector's edition this year. This is Firefly, the 10th anniversary collector's edition.
We've played some really good games this year.
I would be shocked if this fell below 1. Give me a break. This would be a 0.5 if that was a thing. It'd be above a 1. Anyway, Firefly is about as open world as you get. It is an open world game. You are traveling through the verse on a Firefly ship or one of the other ships from the series, if you've got any expansions. Mm-hmm. Doing jobs and picking up passengers and picking up cargo and picking up fugitives and different things to do jobs and transport stuff for the various criminal organizations that were in the movie and this TV series.
They weren't all criminals.
Most of them were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they weren't all.
Okay. I think Mr. Universe was about the only one that wasn't. Or that was not at least unsavory. Anyhow, I love the system, and I do love this new upgrade. The anniversary pack is absolutely gorgeous. It's a lot of dice rolling. It's a lot of card play, traveling through the verse and flipping cards to see what happens. Sometimes things go well, other times they do not, and you break down in the middle of nowhere and have to drift to a planet. It's a neat game. I will give it that. We've played it a couple of times this year since getting the anniversary edition, probably 3 times now. It's a good one. I like it. I do like it. But anyway, that is my number 92, Firefly the game.
We'll see where that comes in at.
1. I'm calling it now.
My number 92 is all about building the city.
Building the city. Okay.
I think it's jumping back up because before it was not on the list last year. It was at 107 last year, but it's been
close.
in my list for quite a while since we first got this game.
Okay.
Now we have a collector's edition of it. This is Suburbia, and right now it's the collector's edition. But this is just so much fun. I mean,
That's a good one.
it is a game just to get the game out of the box.
I think that is the main reason it doesn't come off the shelf as often as it.
Yeah, because for
anymore
some
than it
reason
does.
this is a big cube box. If you've never seen
Yeah.
it, it's a big cube box, and the base game sits on the very bottom.
Yeah.
The game itself is really cool. There's a bunch of different expansions to it. Well, there's like 2 or 3 expansions. It just looks like there's a lot, but they added stuff to it
Because
with the
there's a
collector's
million
edition.
promos.
Because of the collector's edition,
Yeah.
yes. But this is all about buying a tile to put in your city and make it match up with what's there, and make sure you're not trying to get as many points as you can, as much money as you can, population as you can to win the game. And you do that by placing tiles out, which are commerce or I should say commercial, yeah, commerce. Neighborhoods, industry, airports, just stuff like that, and just trying to balance it out there just to make everything coincide and
Make
work
everybody happy.
really good at the best you can do it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. That is number 92, Suburbia.
Okay, my number 91 is again new to the top 100. I've only done this twice now, so if it wasn't in the top 100 last year, it's new. Anyway, this is one we've had for a very long time. I love teaching this game. It's super easy to teach. It is probably my most gifted, well, I don't say probably, it is my most gifted game.
Oh,
This is one we received from the designer's husband as a gift because we were doing the fundraising stuff back then with the high school, and he sent us a copy to put on our shelves. This is Quirkle. Quirkle is a very interesting abstract strategy game that is all about the shapes and the colors. You have 6 different shapes, 6 different colors in the game, basically 3 tiles of each shape and color. And you are trying to make sets of the same color in different shapes, or sets of the same shape in different colors. Did I say that right? The same, I don't know if I said the same thing twice. Anyway, same shape, different colors, or same color, different shapes. Okay.
did everybody get that?
Yeah. Anyhow, you can lay down any number of tiles on your turn so long as they're all together and can work together. But if you're able to either lay down the 6th tile of a set, or off of what you've built, or off of what somebody else has built, you get what's called a Quirkle. That's 12 points. It's pretty big, but it closes that set off permanently. You can no longer add to it anymore once you have that 6th
To the
tile there.
ends. You can build off
Well, you
of
can
it.
build off of it going opposite
Right.
directions, kind of like a crossword puzzle type.
You can't build onto the ends of it.
Right. I love this one. It is such a great game. It's one of those games I feel like you can play with a 5-year-old and a 95-year-old in the same game, and both people are going to get it. It's just that easy to learn and to play. But yet it's thinky. It's still challenging for your average gamer. So
This one on the table looks like an abstract crossword puzzle.
it does. It does. I absolutely love the way this looks on the table. We've played this one a lot.
Yeah, we've played it a lot.
Yes. So, and in fact, like I said, it is my most gifted game. When I was thrifting all the time, I would pick up every copy I found, and I was giving it to school teachers and teachers that worked with the special learning students, things like that. Back when I was working at the high school all the time, well, let me rephrase that, when I was volunteering at the high school all the time, and I knew a lot of teachers. So this was one of those that I always looked for so that I could kind of pass along.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, it's so easy to teach. I think
It
a
is.
bunch of times at some of those fundraising things, I always say, look, this game's easy. I can teach it by pointing to things on the back of the box.
There you go.
And it did.
Yeah.
2-3 minute discussion on how the game's played, and they're masters at it.
Yeah. It's super easy. But yet, it's like I said, it's just so much fun. It's so challenging at the same time. So, anyway, that is Quirkle, my number 91.
My number 91 is all about the dragons. And if our son ever said that he really started noticing the different types of dragons in his neighborhood, we're going to have to talk.
I'm moving.
You're going to move.
Because he's too close.
Or there's something wrong with him. Right. Anyway, this is Wormspan. This is different, but yet it's the same as Birdspan. We got Birdspan and Wormspan. Anyway, this is Wormspan. This is all about the dragons. The difference in this game is you're not giving away your actions at the end of the round. You're keeping them because you're going to get at least 6 at the beginning of each round, no matter what round it is, plus whatever the dragons that gives you the coins. You'll have those as well. But you are, instead of just drafting a bird and putting it in a sanctuary and running it, this one you can entice a dragon out of your hand that you already have and put it into a cave, as long as you have a cave card there to put it in. And then it fits in the second row, you're paying a coin and an egg. Third row and so on, as it goes across. But you don't run it. It's not until you explore the cave, and now you're paying however many times you've been to that cave in this round. Like if it's the first time, you're just playing a coin, and then you're going through that cave and getting every one of the icons on it that is activated. And you can go to that same cave at least three times per round if you have that many actions.
Yeah.
So you want those dragons that gives you extra actions. But then at the end of the round, whatever eggs are used up or coins that are on to go through the caves, those go away. And if you have anything left, well, there shouldn't be anything left. Eggs maybe, but then you start the round, you get 6 coins and an egg to put out there again. So I like this one a lot more. I know you like Wingspan.
Only like what, 4
more.
points more? Anyway, yes, I like Wingspan more.
Yes, I would. I want to play this more than I want to play Wingspan.
Okay.
Because I like what it does.
Well, when we have a party, you can go out there and play Wormspan, and I'll stay in here and play Wingspan. We'll both be happy.
Okay. That is my number 91, Wormspan.
And that is it for this part of the list.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, stay tuned for what, 90 to 81. I have a hard time counting backwards.
That's usually how it goes, 90 to 91.
No.
We could jump down to like 60 to 51.
Okay. We think I got to edit
and then
less?
Jump back and then go down to like our top 10 to see if you're right. I knew that would get you. Anyway, you'll just have to watch 10 through 1 to find out. But until then, we'll see you at the next one.